guess the obvious one is the tribunal this week. What happens with that? Do you have a chat to Lindsay? Is there any sort of penalty from the playing group? It would be pretty disappointing, something a bit silly.
Yeah, it was silly. You know what, Lindsay got on the front foot and spoke to us boys on Monday. He knew that it was a really silly thing to do, especially when it's a silly thing to do any time, but when you're 80 points up, it's really silly to do. So he spoke to us. He was very disappointed. We're disappointed with Lindsay. And the consequence is that he's going to miss 2 weeks, and 2 very important weeks for us. So internally there'll be no other punishment. The punishment is that Lindsay will be sitting out for 2 weeks, and that's massive for our football club. Must
be frustrating as well when you guys go into bat for him. He's copped obviously some hits through the media over the years, but then for something like that where he's thrown himself in, up for that kind of criticism, I guess. Yeah, as I said, it's disappointing that Lindsay did that. He knows that, and that's the good thing about it. So hopefully he can come out the other end, learn from it, and I'm sure you won't see that again, because he was very disappointed Monday morning when he spoke to the playing group. Hurts his Coleman chances as well.
It does hurt his Coleman chances. In a good little position there, and he had another good game on the weekend. He's been outstanding this year. His form's been absolutely fantastic. So it's fair to say that we're going to miss him on the weekend.
It's difficult for you guys too, because he's hit really good form this season. Any yips that were there have gone. He's really playing good footy and kicking lots of goals. Yeah,
there's no yips there now. I think his percentage rate at goal kicking is absolutely outstanding. It does hurt us, but that gives another younger guy probably an opportunity. I'm not sure who will get the call up, but someone, they always say a door closes, another one opens, and who knows who it's going to be this week. Hopefully they can grab their chance.
Very tough to replace him though on the forward line.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's as you said, I think he's 2 or 3 goals behind in the Coleman race. He's our leading goal kicker, so not only that, the pressure he brings to our forward line, he puts the opposition under enormous pressure, so that's hard to replace as well. Not just the goals, we get a whole lot from Lindsay, and he's been up, so it is going to be hard.
With Kieran Harper being injured, there's probably no obvious replacement. Do you think you'll probably just rejig your existing attack?
I'm not sure the way Brad will go about it. We haven't really had a big training session yet. Tomorrow's our main session, so we'll find out a little bit more. A young guy might get an opportunity. I know there's been some really young guys pushing for spots in the VFL, which is great because you need that pressure from underneath. So, like I said, hopefully a young guy can come in, grab his chance, or whether it's Brad rejigging the team and someone else grabbing that opportunity and playing as a small forward.
Have you addressed your tribunal record as a club? Obviously you copped some last year, Jack's been in stripe, now Lindsay.
No, we haven't really spoke about it. We just know it's undisciplined. We don't want players sitting out when they're physically able to play. So we got Jack back last week, but unfortunately we lose Lindsay this week. So yeah, it's disappointing, but we haven't really addressed that. We just know as a playing group that it's not on. It's discipline acts really hurt you.
Is Ben Cunnington a chance to come back into the side this week?
Ben trained today. Not sure what his movements are tomorrow. Obviously he's got some personal issues going on, and the footy club supports him. The boys have been absolutely fantastic support for him. So if he's in a space where his mind's right to play, I'm sure he can come straight back into our football team because he's a very good player. But the most important thing for Ben is the off-field stuff, and we just want him to be right first of all off-field.
How's got him?
Yeah, good. He's got around today for a little bit, so we've got our main training session tomorrow, as I said earlier, and Lindsay, sorry, I'm just getting fussy with the young kids behind me. Scotty will train tomorrow, and if he gets through that, I'm sure he'll be right to play. The VFL team go to Perth this week, so I'm not sure if he's keen to go and do that.
It's a massive game for you guys this weekend. Obviously, they're up and about Richmond. You guys probably need 7 out of your next 9. I mean, how confident are you guys that you can get that run going to actually make the finals?
We're not really focusing on that right now. The thing for us, we just want to get to an even ledger. I think we've lost 8 games, so we want to try to get 8 and 8. And if we do that, we put ourselves in a position where we can actually talk about that sort of stuff. So right now, the next game for us is crucial, and it's going to be like that for the next 4 or 5 weeks. So we'll be doing everything we can to get the win. Richmond are in great form. There's no doubting that. So it's good to come against Aaron Edwards, our old teammate. Little things like that's there, but they're in some great form. So we know their midfield's on fire. We'll do everything we can to nullify them and hopefully kick a winning score to beat them. But as I said, we just want to get to 8 and 8, and then reassess our goals from there.
Is that just, I guess, a mental hurdle in a sense? When you get to 8 and 8, you can see that obviously it clears for you, but is that sort of in your heads, it's the mental hurdle that you need to get?
Yeah, I think when you start looking at things and you say we've got to win 7 out of 9, you start getting, ahead of yourself and talking about finals. We just really got to focus on the next game. I know it's a massive cliche in football, but unfortunately we've put ourselves in that position where we can only worry about the very next game. And last week it was GWS, this week it's Richmond. So we'll be doing everything we can to beat the Tigers.
It's one of the better performances from Aaron probably for the Tigers this year, certainly making sure he was going to be there this weekend. How do you approach a game like that? Like, he was here for quite a while.
Yeah, he's a great fella. I think Levi Greenwood still lives with him. His mate's still with every single player that was here last year. So he's a great fella. He was a great clubman, a good friend. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, we've played against ex-teammates before, so there's no massive drama there. But just got to make sure he doesn't get a run at it, because if you do, he'll end up jumping on somebody's head.
Tigers are probably a fairly similar stage of development as you guys, Brent, young side. Is there any sort of extra spice to your clashes with them?
Oh, I think, there is, because, as you said, everyone always compares, or a couple of years ago, they always compared Kangaroos, Richmond and Melbourne for some reason with their lists and stuff like that. And when they put Melbourne ahead of us and Richmond ahead of us, you sort of think, okay, no worries, and then you just go about your business. So every time you play against one of them teams, you really want to prove something that, all the doubters out there were either right or wrong. Hopefully for us, they're wrong. So coming up against your Essendon, Richmond, they're all big games, and you're going to play in front of a big crowd this week, which is something good again for our younger guys. I'm not sure of the crowd last week against GWS, but when you play Richmond, it's going to be a very big turnout. So it's something always to look forward to.